Hello there. Welcome to the
No. Sorry, that was Death Trooper language for hello there. What's going on, everybody? We got ourselves a Legion Death Trooper article, and I'm dropping stuff because we got to look at our Death Troopers today that are going to be shipping this week. We're going to be taking a look at these Death Troopers. Krennic is also shipping. I got my pre-order shipping notice already, so probably some of them will probably start arriving early next week. However, I think the official street date is next Thursday, so these are coming out and we get a look at them. I also want to remind you guys you can enter to win the latest giveaway for a $25 Amazon gift card. All you have to do is be a subscriber and leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite color of Death Trooper armor is. Or if you plan on doing any interesting repaints, what would you like to see as far as interesting repaints here? All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at these. Now, we get our spread here. An interesting thing about this is that we're looking at unpainted minis here. This is the first time they've shown us unpainted minis in the spread, and that's not like it's like a big deal. We know what they're going to look like. They're going to be black, with little bits of green and maybe some gloss. Like I'll probably do a little bit of ard coat on the shiny parts, and that's about it. Pretty standard, but usually they have them painted in the spread, so maybe they're just changing up the formula a little bit. And of course we get our little high-res rendering, and they do look pretty cool. And it's just one thing I love about this game is that they're all in different poses, so you really have a lot of flexibility on, on putting your armies together, which is pretty cool. So if you haven't already seen the unit, here's a close-up of how this unit's going to look. Really strong unit. They're 76 points, and they're going to end up being very expensive, especially once you add your upgrades to them. They're going to be crazy expensive once they're outfitted. And but with good reason, because they're pretty amazing. First off, they can take heavy weapons, training, comm, gear, weapon, and or config, and grenade. They've got a red die for melee, so they're pretty good at melee. They have 2 ranged weapons built in. 2 ranged weapons built in. So they've got the range 1 to 2. They can roll in 2 dice per mini at range 1 to 2. Range 3, they got the 11D, the black die. With surge to hit, that's not bad. Even their white dice are not going to be too terrible with surge to hit. And defensive surge, and red defense die. 1 health, 2 courage, speed 2, and 4 minis in the unit. Potentially 5 if you add the heavy weapons. Now for their keywords, they've got disciplined 1. When you're issued an order, you may remove a suppression token automatically. So anytime you get issued an order, you're going to remove a suppression token. If you're running at least one of these with Krennic, you as long as you stay close to Krennic, you're guaranteed to get 1 order issued to you for free every turn, so you don't even have to rely on a command card for that. So that's huge. So you're going to get rid of a suppression automatically. So basically you can afford to get rid of basically 2 free suppression every turn. 1 at the end of the round, usually, and then 1 when you get in free order next turn. So you can definitely do some funky stuff with these guys, because they're, with the red defense die and defensive surge, they're probably going to get shot a lot and not die that quickly. So they're probably likely candidates to soak up a lot of fire and build up lots of suppression. So that's a great mechanic for them. They have precise 2. So when you spend an aim token, you can roll 2 additional dice for a reroll. So you can reroll 4 dice with these guys. Aim is so good on these guys. Maybe you don't just run Krennic. Maybe Veers is a good candidate to run with some Death Troopers. Maybe. But you don't need Veers because you've got Ready 1. After you perform a standby action, gain an aim token. So these guys are amazing to move and stand by. And all of a sudden now they have aim, and then they also have the ability to attack on a subsequent turn, which is just incredible. Just really, really cool. And one of the things that I like about just the base unit itself, even if you don't upgrade them, they already have the ability to split fire. And that's a really cool built-in ability, because they've got, the SE-14A light blaster. So if you're at range 2, you can roll white dice that way, roll black dice somewhere else. With the surge to hit, maybe I take 3 guys, roll 6 white dice on a close person, take 1 single black dice somewhere else just for the suppression, right? And then I spend the aim token on my my 6 white dice for the 3 guys, because I'm more likely to need precise 2 on that. It's just really cool. I'm thrilled with just the way this unit is designed. So let's look at some of the upgrades that they're showing us. First off, their config. Very cool. We get basically a red die at close range. And we can add a red die, and gives the whole thing blast, which is really nice. And for range 2, blast is actually not half bad. So you're just going to be able to ignore cover. It's great. It looks like these guys are also coming with frag grenades, which I just don't think you're really going to need on them because they already have offensive surge to hit, and they can now roll red dice at range 2 instead of 1. Granted, to add this to your attack pool, you're going to have to exhaust it. So, you know, you may be having to do some recovering. And again, if they do end up taking that much suppression, recover might not actually be a terrible idea. But, you know, this might be like a one-stop shot, depending on how things go. Alternatively, and you know, and it's for 8 points. Alternatively, this is the mode that I find more attractive. This E11D focused fire config, range 4 black die. That's huge, and it's suppressive. Range 4 suppressive black die upgrade. Yes, you have to exhaust it to use, but I mean, that's really, really good. That's really, really very good because, you know, you can. Granted, you might want to shoot this early, and then as you're guarding a place, then maybe aim, or not aim, but rather recover, and then stand by, get a free aim, and then fire. You know, that's really cool. Granted, standby isn't going to do much at range 4, but if you have Sentinel on there, you could potentially react at range 3. You know, again, then you don't have to exhaust this, but then maybe you didn't need to recover. So there's just a lot of options. I just really like this because that range 4 shot, maybe that's just when you take first round and then you don't need it anymore. But also it's a whole nother weapon. You know, so now you can split fire even more ways, right? If you wanted to have just one guy shoot, boom, you know, pretty good chance of rolling at least a hit with the offensive surge to hit. So even if you don't get the damage through, 2 suppression at range 4 is huge. Especially against like a rebel trooper unit that has that Z6 that's thinking of marching down and lighting you up. Now maybe they panic on turn 1, possibly. Combine this with some of Krennic's stuff too. Really, really nasty. Now for heavy weapons, we got the DLT-19 Delta Trooper. This guy is wicked. Imagine this as your heavy weapons with the other one. Now you've got so many weapons. You can have every single trooper fire a completely different direction, you know, virtually. I think it would take a grenade for you to actually do that. But yes, you know, everybody else, you know, splitting fire going a different way. This guy's rolling 3 dice at range 4. That's really good. Really good. Honestly, this guy is practically as effective as an ATST at range 4. I mean, granted, they get 3 more dice, but they don't have the offensive surge to hit. So, I mean, I'm not doing the math there. Obviously, ATST is better, but goodness, this is really, really nice. I mean, if you factor in maybe that they have, whoops, I'm going the wrong way. You factor in that maybe they have the E11D focus fire config. Also, I would take these guys over an ATSD in a heartbeat. ATST. Did I say ATSD? I think I just invented something new. So yeah, no, this is beautiful, and he's got impact. Man, love it. Expensive of 34 points. This is what I'm talking about. These guys are going to get really expensive. And then DT-F16. And so again, maybe you want 2 units of Death Troopers so you can run 1 each way. And honestly, maybe you want more because this guy's not unique. You can run 3 units of Death Troopers all with this, and then Krennic can let you run like maybe a 4th, you know, and then you run 1 with DT-F16. You know, he's only range 3, but he's adding 2 dice at range 3, which is nice. And he's also becomes the leader. And you've got Compel. Compel is just really nice. Let your other suppressed units just take a move first. It's really cool. Really cool. I love it. And this one, Compel is cool because it doesn't have to be used during your own activation. It can be used during somebody else's activation. Really cool. Only 22 points also. So it gets you another mini in the unit for a much cheaper cost than the other one. Death Troopers. They look good. They look really good. And they're expensive, but they look very effective. I mean, you can run them without upgrades. You can run them with heavy weapons. You can run them with a lot of other stuff. We'll be doing some builds pretty soon. I can just see a lot. I don't really think grenades are going to be necessary on these guys. They're so good at long range, range 3 and range 4. That I think they have the potential to really shine at range 4. And so I think that's probably the sweet spot for them. I think training is going to be good. Training is going to have some good upgrades for them. Equipment is going to have some good upgrades for them. And obviously, I think a heavy weapon, since you're paying this much for the unit and the unit is as good as it is, I can definitely see wanting to put heavy weapons on these guys, but they end up being expensive. They end up being really expensive. This guy, though, I think he's worth it. 3 dice at range 4. That's awesome. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. You can hop over on Crabbok.com and you can hop in my Discord. Say hi there. You can check out the Legion Discord if you're looking for more Legion information as well. I have a bunch of Legion information on Crabbok.com as well. We're going to have Legion set up at Star Wars Celebration. Adepticon is coming up in a few days too. There's going to be a lot of Legion there. Dude, Legion. The game is fire right now. Very, very cool. It's doing awesome. And it's so much fun to paint these. I mean, and dude, if you're a novice painter, this is a great unit for you. Just throw some black paint on there and then just get a little bit of green, just a little bit. I mean, you're done. You're done. It's easy. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.